Hi, thanks for joining me again this week. And thank you to my friend and sponsor Kathleen Whalen of Whalen Financial in LaSalle for sponsoring this video project. Now, if you're listening to this on the air on Sunday morning, on the internet, maybe Sunday morning or another time if it's archived, you're missing a lot of the story. So get the whole picture, as it were, at the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel. It's up there, it's called Tom's Take, and they're all stacked up. This week I'm sharing with you a low-key but emotional thing that happened after the LP board meeting on Wednesday of this past week. The ribbon was cut on the new Herbolsheimer Alumni Room at LP, a room made possible by the family's foundation. Now, George Herbolsheimer and his sister, Dr. Henrietta Herbolsheimer, in Chicago, they were very important to their professions, their communities, and to me personally. Now, Mr. Herbolsheimer graduated from LP in 1929, and Dr. Herbolsheimer, his sister, the next year. They went on to live remarkable lives. Mr. Herbolsheimer was extremely involved in local and civic activities here. His name is still on the door of the law firm he led in LaSalle, where my father spent most of his career. My father regarded Mr. Herbolsheimer and his wife, Mrs. Herbolsheimer, as second parents. And my sister Jessica and I saw the Herbolsheimers as a third set of grandparents. I grew up next door to the Herbolsheimer house. Jessica, of course, did too. And after they passed away, my parents bought it, and my mom still lives there. My memories of his sister, Dr. Herbolsheimer, at the University of Chicago, are deeply personal. She was a groundbreaking medical professional. She was only one of 5 women in her University of Chicago med school class. I was born with cardiac issues, I mentioned that before, and I needed heart surgery when I was just 8. She found my surgeon. She also promised me she would be the first person I saw when I came out of my anesthesia, and she was. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Herbolsheimer's 4 children from Peru all graduated from LP before embarking on their own very successful lives. 3 of them live within a short distance of each other in the Virginia suburbs of DC, if you can believe that, and the other lives in Massachusetts. And all 4 returned this week to cut the ribbon on the alumni room, named after their father and their aunt. It was made possible by a gift of their foundation. It was made to LP. It's going to be used for meetings and conferences, sure, but as you're going to hear, it's also meant to help inspire tomorrow's Cavaliers to achieve their dreams too. I'm going to start off with a quick little look around the room and the ribbon cutting, and then I'm going to talk to each of the kids.
There we go.
All right.
It's
Still there. Yeah.
amazing. Oh, and we have, I think, my dad's, a sweater of my dad's.
Yeah.
I think, sure, which we can also give to him.
Yeah. Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. This right here is one of the. This was an original outdoor light fixture.
Well, that's wonderful.
That we've kept in the basement, and figuring out where we're going to eventually put it. Well, we got a perfect spot for it. So I hope you like it.
I do like it, and it's so beautiful. The light is a natural light.
Yeah, so you can go back and forth. Because I've seen some of these pictures there. It was amazing how they're looking back and all things remind you of 100 years ago. It just is just amazing.
I'm kidding with my parents because
A long way.
Carlin Bowman is the firstborn of the Herbolsheimer children. She came to the ribbon cutting from Northern Virginia.
It's extraordinary being back in Salle-Peru. I haven't had an opportunity to come back very often, so that doing this room, putting this together for my father and for my aunt is very meaningful.
What do you have any memories that come right to the top of your mind about your time at LP?
I loved LP High School. It was such a wonderful community. I love the debate club. I have so many things about it that I really liked. And so many fond memories.
Next up in order is George, named after his father, and he came in from Massachusetts for the event.
if the students and the faculty from the LP High School and the area can come in here and spend a few minutes thinking about the citizenship that Dad and Aunt Hank, Dr. Henrietta Herbolsheimer exemplified, we have done all our work. It's a beautiful room. It's going to help preserve some of LP's history, and hopefully it'll open the minds of the people that walk in here. dad here, in some of the things he did for legal education in the area and for legal services for the poor and the underprivileged. That's probably his greatest legacy. Yes, absolutely. His tenure here as attorney for the board for both IVCC and LP was very, very long, and I don't think he ever took a cent for any of it.
Lawrence Herbolsheimer did most of the speaking for the family at the school board meeting, and at the ribbon cutting, he actually cut the ribbon. He too lives in Northern Virginia now.
I think this is a remarkable room. We're so glad that we could help make it possible. And I believe that everyone should give back to those who have helped them along the way. So that's my thought.
What, do you have any memories you'd like to share of your time at LP?
Oh, there were so many. I must admit, I enjoyed being here. I wasn't the best student, mind you, by any means. I struggled because I couldn't read very well. But once I learned how to read well, I took off. And so reading's such a fundamentally important thing that, so I'm so happy that I came through this portal.
And finally, Robert T. Herbolsheimer, his name may ring a bell. He ran for Congress a couple of times from this area. He flew in from the D.C. suburbs of Virginia, too.
My years at Salle-Peru High School were some of the best of my life, and the education I received here was phenomenal. The fact that my father had been here, my aunt had been here, and is just the legacy of the community has just been amazing. So when I come back and visit this room, I'm awestruck by what's in here and about the size of this room and about what this opportunity has for the people who will be inspired by using it. I personally can't thank this community enough for all the things that I've got and has done for me over the years. And so it makes a big difference for me to be able to have help in this way, to contribute back in some small way to help the people here. They would probably think it's much ado about nothing, and they would say, because they were both very humble, and but they would be honored.
Now, you don't have to be a foundation to give back to the school and the community that brought you up. You just have to do something. This generation of this family came by community service naturally, thanks to the generations that came before. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you again to Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial for making this little video project possible. And thank you to the Herbolsheimer family for everything. That's it for Tom's Take for this week. I'll talk to you in the morning.